Eventually. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. This is our the Mod Squad. We're gonna have a bunch of mods on here with me, and we are going to talk about the upcoming series between the Montreal Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights in round 3 of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. So we're going to go over a bunch of different stuff. Right now, starting off, I have with me Shamir and Peter, and we're going to have a bunch of other guys join us, I hope, anyway. And we're going to talk about all things round 3, Montreal Canadiens, Vegas Golden Knights. So if you've seen my, I guess my preview that I put out yesterday, it's basically we're going to go over those things that were in there. And everyone's going to give their opinions about how we feel this series is going to go. And at the end, I'm going to ask everybody who wants to, because some people can be superstitious about giving a prediction for a series or for a game sometimes. So if anybody doesn't want to give any series predictions or whatever, they don't have to. But I'm going to give mine, and anybody who wants to. And we're just going to go over a bunch of stuff like that. I'm trying to stall for time right now because I'm waiting for more people to come in the room. So I'm just going to say, hey, Shamir, hey, Peter, say hi to everybody, and then we're going to do something.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Rick. Hey, everybody.
All right. So I put out a new video today. It is a new bloopers video. And while we're waiting for other people to join us, why don't you take a look at it? Right now, it's I think it's like 2 minutes long, and here it is.
Hey, everybody. My name is, I don't even know what my name is. All right, now we're
the number one Habs channel, catering to, I'm screwing it up, the Habs and Habs Nation. Okay, so before we get into that, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. That'll notify you of all my videos and screw-ups as they come out. Raising his game a notch. I gotta start this video anyway. Fuck, I forgot what I'm wearing. Hey everybody, and it's time. Hey everybody, in this video, no. Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to tell you, I guess, when I can figure out what I'm going to say, then I can tell you. How's that? Hey everybody, and it's time. Preview of the game. Before we get to that, please like and subscribe, ring the bell, and this is horse shit. I'm going to do it again. There you go. That's my little story. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And no, nobody else came in the room. So I guess they're leaving it up to us to give us this show a start. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over various aspects of these of this matchup between Montreal and Vegas. I know there's so many people out there that think that Montreal is highly outmatched here. I know I'm not amongst those people. I do believe that Shamir and Peter are kind of in that camp as well as like me. And yeah, we're going to give you our opinions about all guys. We're going to go over the roster, the scoring, regular season, and their playoff scoring so far. The all-time record between Montreal and Vegas, and then just the defense, the offense, all that kind of stuff. Give our opinions on who might have the edge there. And check out what we're going to maybe analyze or just talk about Fleury and Price, that matchup there, and things like that anyway. So first, before we get to anything like that, I do want to show you, if everybody remembers at the beginning of these series, usually the pundits in the local cities, they give their opinions on say Montreal in 7 or whatever, right? So I think in the Toronto series, I don't think anybody picked Montreal. And then with the Jets, there were 2 people that picked Montreal. And in this one, there are, and I only know 2 of these people. There are only 2. I only know Greg Wyshynski, who I think is a little bit, doesn't like the Habs, and Barry Melrose, who used to be a coach, and nobody else here that I know. But as you see, only this. Oh, let me go. No, you can't see my mouse here. I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. So you can see that Sack, whatever that name is, Shandon. He picked Canadiens in 7, and you got down on the bottom Arda Okel, Canadiens in 7 as well. So nobody with a normal name picked Canadiens, but if you have a weird name, you're going for the Canadiens. So there you go. But again, 13 out of 15 people dead set on it's the Knights that are going to win, which I like that because it makes Montreal the underdog and under the radar. What do you guys think of that? Who wants to go first?
Just embrace that. If I'm the Habs, it's just let the Knights think, see that, start taking the Habs lightly, and just let her ride.
What do you think, Peter?
I don't think the Habs are even going to. It's insignificant. The Habs aren't even going to see that.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
They're going to go into this, and judging by some of the interviews that I watched earlier in the week, I'm thinking that, the Habs are just going to go into this playing their game, their style, doing things their way.
As they should. Which, goes with, and I've said this a few times, when asked leading up to the playoffs, who do you want to see them play against? What has my answer always been? Doesn't matter who they play against. I don't really care. In the case of Toronto, when it looked like for sure it's going to be us in Toronto, I wanted to play Toronto, yes. But in general, it doesn't really matter who you play against. You got to win the games. That's all that matters. So, I think I like them as the underdog. I like that.
Yeah, I don't think they see themselves as underdogs, to be honest with you, Rick. I think they see themselves as a legitimate.
As it should be. No, but as it should be. I mean, they shouldn't pay any attention to this stuff here.
No, I don't think Dominic Ducharme is probably even letting them even look at any of the media crap.
Yeah, probably not. What do you guys think of this cartoon?
I love it.
Highly accurate.
There's a caption to it too, and it's cut off, or I don't remember it. But yeah, isn't it? I love that because I had put something up. I think in one of my early live streams in the season, and I used a picture similar to that in one of my thumbnails. So it's funny that look, it turned out that was an accurate thing because it turned out Montreal's. Yeah. Anyway, okay, enough enough of that.
Sorry.
We have a new person joining us, so let me bring him in, and then we'll get
new person. Lovely.
A new person.
Ruby.
I teasing, I guess, because he's not coming in. Oh well, we'll wait.
Got shy.
No, it's his connection, obviously. There he is. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Matt. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Yellow.
Oh, hey, Matt. How you doing, bub?
Yellow.
Good, man.
Red.
Speaking of
Blue.
underdogs, can you hear me?
Yeah, you said yellow, so I'm just giving you red, blue, orange, purple. Okay. Yes, folks, it's going to be one of those kind of nights. Yeah. Hopefully. All right. Sorry, Matt. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all good. But no, just speaking of underdogs, I watched the Tampa Islanders game. The Islanders dominated the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I didn't watch any. I did not watch one.
Tampa had a hard time getting the puck through the neutral zone. The Islanders were forcing a lot of turnovers, too. Sergachev coughed the puck up a bit. It was a fun game to watch. I think that series goes long. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Islanders pull it out at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And Jeff actually has predicted that, so he'd be right. And if Montreal can win, it could be Montreal New York Islanders. That's the series that the NHL doesn't want, that the TV stations don't want, that
Right.
nobody wants, who has any say in like revenue coming in or anything like that. They don't want it, but you know what?
Not the
It's not
big
going to
draw.
shock me it's not going to shock me if that's what we get at all. It's not going to shock me.
Right.
I'm kind of hoping at least Montreal's in there. Okay, so let's start getting into. Well, we'll look at the rosters and the scoring. First, I did want to say, in case anyone doesn't know the records, Montreal is 8-3 in these playoffs, and VGK are 8-5. So Knights have played 2 extra games. Let's see. Montreal beat Toronto 4-3 after being down 3-1, and then they swept the Jets. The Knights they beat Minnesota 4-3 after being up 3-1. So totally the opposite. And then they beat Colorado 4-2. So that's what's going on there. And before we get into the rosters and everything, I actually want to show this because, not everyone, but a lot of people are saying, Montreal, hey, Vegas is going to sweep them and all that stuff. So now Vegas has been around 4 years. Montreal has not played them, obviously, this season. But in the 3 seasons previous, they played them 6 times. Montreal's record in those 6 games are 5-1. Montreal is 5-1 against Vegas, and it's been close though because in 3 of those games they went to overtime or a shootout. So this is not. I mean, this is probably a closer series than I think a lot of people might think, right? Because Montreal, like I had suspected, and I said it a few times in this whatever leading up to this. That I think Montreal does well against Vegas, and they do. And what do you guys think? How do you think that could turn out in this series? Like, really, how do you think? Let's go clockwise this time. So, Shamir, you start off.
Well, I think that Vegas will certainly put up a challenge for the Habs, but I do think that the Habs can really, match up against them. I mean, we counted them out versus the Leafs. We count, like a lot of people counted them out versus the Jets. So if, as long as they're able to keep this momentum, there's no reason why that Montreal, wouldn't have a shot at winning this series.
Peter,
Nice.
What do you think about this?
I'm kind of along with Shamir. I think we really match up well. I think our defense is bigger, better, faster, stronger.
Oh no, this is not true. I looked at the defense size. We match up about evenly on defense, height-wise, size-wise, and all that. But I think we're more physical, whereas they're more offensive.
Oh, they're more okay. Forwards and everything. I think Kotkaniemi and Suzuki are going to shine in this series. I really do. Something in my gut has got me thinking they're gonna come alive here. And yeah,
there's that dynamic, right, for Suzuki. This is the team that drafted him, traded him away. So maybe there's something.
Some extra spunk.
He has to like Montreal better. Who wouldn't like Montreal better? Of course he does. Matt, what do you think?
No, yeah, but I think that could go the other way around too with Pacioretty against the Canadiens.
Sure.
Kind of that swap in that trade. No, I mean, I honestly think we match up pretty well. A lot of people, like you said, are saying we're gonna get swept or we're gonna get pounded like 5-1, but I think we match up pretty well. With Vegas, I think we're a lot more defensively responsible. Because I've watched almost every game so far in the playoffs, and Vegas is prone to a lot of, especially the younger defensemen. They're prone to a lot of coughing the puck up a lot. So,
defensively, they're better.
Forecheck
Yeah.
So I mean, if we can, that forecheck we had against the Jets, I thought was phenomenal. If we can keep that up, I think we'll be able to force a lot of turnovers. And we got guys that can score off those. So. And I'm hoping to see
So-
that. And I think special teams is going to be very important because our power plays are pretty percentage-wise.
I'm
I
gonna
think
show-
are pretty close.
I'm going to show you those. Actually, in a minute, I'm going to show you the special teams numbers
Uh,
in a minute. But you're right. Yeah, we match up well there, like in all aspects. The one thing that kind of worries me is that Vegas is a good forechecking team. During the season, Montreal did not handle. I mean, look at the Ottawa Senators, right? Good forecheckers, and we just. But it's not the
Yeah.
same team. Our team is healthy right now. Plus, they're peaking. They're playing at their best. I don't think that I think they'll be able to handle the forecheck a lot better than they were during the regular season. So it doesn't. It's something to be cautious about. Now for the numbers, since we talked about special teams, so here's the special teams numbers for the playoffs. As you can see, Montreal power play 3.5 points higher. So there's an edge there for Montreal. PK not even comparable, 90.3% to 71.4%. The only argument you might have is that the teams Vegas played against had stronger power plays, maybe. Maybe that's it, right? But I mean, that's still a formidable difference right there. And then, Vegas, number one team for faceoffs. Against us, we were ninth, I think. So ninth. So those are those numbers right there. And special teams, which is key, right? Especially in playoffs. I think we've got them. I think we have an edge there.
But especially too on our PK, we have the ability to break and get a shorthanded goal every now and then. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I feel like for a power play against us, I feel like unless it's like completely perfect crisp passes, like you got to feel a tad shaky because if you make a mistake, we can fly the other way, and we're not afraid to do that. And
the way
I haven't
PK's
really seen that much out of other PKs that I've watched. They just kind of dump it in. Like we've really been the only team that I've seen so far that isn't afraid to just bolt into the zone.
Vegas's power play not great. So if our PK can play the way they've been, I don't see why that changes, and I don't see them having all of a sudden this great power play against us. So I think that's just a huge advantage there for Montreal. What do you guys think?
And I think
it's okay. You can finish off.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say too. Early on in the playoffs, our power play wasn't great, but if we keep building on our power play that we had against the Jets, I think it could give the Knights penalty kill a fit.
Yeah, if they can keep around 20%,
really
we're okay. If we can keep around 20%, that's going to be fine. I think. Peter, what do you think? Sorry, itchy nose.
I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Dominic Ducharme has already outcoached Keith and Maurice. Maurice, who's
experienced coach. Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah, an experienced coach. I mean, there's an experienced coach.
And Dominic he's impressed me so far. He's come up with some good game plans so far. So that leads me to think that during the regular season, he was just kind of just trying to get through the games and then install his system once we got into a bit of a layoff and get the ball rolling then. And I don't know. I feel really strong right now with our team. I see us, the stats that you showed there. We're good. We match up well, like I keep saying, and like you keep agreeing and saying as well. We don't count them out.
That all important special teams, we match up well. Shamir, what do you think on there?
I think we do match up quite well, and even if we do have to kill a penalty or so, I'm always looking for a Toffoli shorty here and there.
And at 90.3% success rate, confidence that if they get a power they take a penalty, doesn't mean that it's going to be bad news. Matter of fact, more than likely they're going to kill that off with those numbers.
Who are our
penalty killers?
Scorers? Toffoli, Lehkonen, and Armia. Am I right?
Yeah.
Byron's got a shorty too.
And
like I said, it's that speed on the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Vegas is
Byron's short-handed goal.
Yep, they have to keep that in mind.
We
100%.
got to keep that in mind because if they don't, goaltending wise, I mean, Fleury against Price. I mean, come on, Fleury seems in the past to me, in my opinion, I feel he gets mesmerized by Price and he, when Price makes those beautiful saves without the dramatics, I might add, Fleury just kind of gets mesmerized by that and then tries to be the same type of player that Price is, and he can't. He can't have that demeanor of Price. There's no other goaltender in the league that can play like Price.
Yeah, we're going to get to them in a sec. First, I do want to say hi to some people that I haven't even paid attention to. Franco, Habs Absolutely, Nolan, Harry Rice. Hey, Harry. Peter Charnish. I think, hey, Matt, you're out there too. Wow. How are you in two places at once, Matt? I don't get that. Sadiq, Jacob, Ronald, Troy Evans, Keegan. Hey, Keegan. Let me see now. Shazam, Bob Cannon, Jeff. What are you doing out there? I don't know what Jeff's doing out there, but he's out there.
You're in the pot.
Sean, Amy. Hey, Amy, how you doing? And Tom Butcher, J Bats. Hey, J Bats. All right, so let's just handle. Let's see if there's anything out here. Yeah, Harry, I didn't send you the. It takes time for things to get on there. Hang on, my computer is slow. Harry said, yeah, there'd be 5 people, and if I joined, no chance my Wi-Fi would let me survive. That's why Harry didn't get the invite, because now I know that if I know there's going to be more than that, it's not going to work for him. So that's unfortunate. Matt is lagging a little bit tonight. Yeah, that happens. Here's an issue.
Yeah, well, my mom's out and where I usually.
No, don't worry about it. It happens sometimes.
So I'll try to move it a little bit.
What do you guys think of will Tatar be playing in game 1? No, he will not be. You think he'll get into any games this point on?
I don't think so. Not unless there's a situation where a player goes down.
Yeah.
I don't think Tatar. I think Dominic is going to stay with the lines that he's got because it's tried and true.
It'll be the same situation if how Romanov found himself into the lineup if there's an injury or
if things turn sour to shake things up, maybe Tatar comes back in, but then he'll be kind of rusty, like really rusty. So
yeah,
I think that just signals that
I just don't see a point in playing him.
No, Tatar's time is I like the guy, but it seems like it's he's done here. Wait. Oh, wait. Save.
Is that you or is that me?
No, it's fine. It's gotta be me.
That's my budget.
Sabres are always better than Montreal, and Matt knows that. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a thing. It's just not a thing. Hey, Petty, how's it going there, Petty? Karen Rooney. Okay, another nice to have some girls in the chat.
Tom Butcher, that's a buddy of mine. He lives in Buffalo. So,
Jeff, I sent you the email. I'll send it to you again. Just hang on a sec. You guys talk.
I'll give Tom Butcher this. Rick Jenneret. I do love listening to him as a commentator. Of Mayday fame.
Okay. Before I send him the other invite, you guys were talking about Price. So here's the numbers on Price and Fleury. Price is 8-3, 197 goals against, 935 save percentage. Fleury 8-4, 191 goals against, 923 save percentage. That's about as even as you can have two goalies in the playoffs against each other and like great numbers. So talk about that a sec. I'm going to go send Jeff an invite and then I'll join in.
Okay.
Who wants to lead off?
Okay, I'll go. Who feels the same as I do that Price seems to be able to get in the head of the other goaltender, and I'm serious a believer that he gets in the head of his opposing goaltender, and then they just can't do it. They can't keep up.
Well, I mean, when Price is dialed in, he's pretty hard to stop,
Yeah.
and that's what he is so far.
Hopefully this layoff is just giving him a chance to kind of refresh himself, and that could be scary if he comes in even better than what he was. Now that he's
Just 1 sec, Jeff, on the way, email on the way. What I want to say about Carey Price, who here feels Carey Price is absolutely making a play to win a Stanley Cup?
100%. 100%. I think he
Right.
wants.
Oh yeah.
I think he's the
100%.
potential in that team, and he's going to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
He's dialed in to doing the best he can to
Yep.
win a Stanley Cup.
He's going all in.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think without
through all the games that he's been through so far, he's only had a momentary lapse in one game where
Yep.
he let in 2 goals. That's it.
Yeah, and only one I would blame on him. I would only
blame them because Stanley never shoots, and it was those 2 goals. Like, nobody knows Stanley's style of shot, or like how many times have we faced him?
No, I get that. No, but one was a snipe. I don't know that he had a chance on it. The second one, yeah. So I say in what I've watched since Game 4 of the first series, I think he's let in one bad goal. Really,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
Some more rest and whatnot, and some body healing. He could be scary coming into this.
Yeah, well, it's like I said about with Sherratt and Weber, right? They've been playing so much and really physically playing hard. You got to worry, so that having this time off has to recharge them for this next series, right? Kind of gives them that extra series where you might not have to worry so much about their endurance and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be good. And same probably for Price. Whatever aches and pains he's had, he's got a week off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they didn't want a week, but that's what the NHL gave us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
the wisdom of the NHL supersedes everything.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Damn you, Habs, for sweeping.
Wisdom. Nah, wisdom isn't what I'd call it. All right, let's go over. I don't know if Jeff's going to get my email. Jeff, I sent you the email, so to both, so you should have it. Let's go over. I wanna. You know what? I'll leave that to the end. Let's go over something. This should be fun. When it comes to the Knights against Habs, I'm sure we all have something that kind of worries us about facing the Knights. So I'm going to go first. What worries me about the Knights? I've said this before, and if I can find it, I'm going to put it up here. Did I drop it? I did. Okay, so I don't have the damn picture, but what worries me? Very simple. Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves is the one thing about the Vegas Golden Knights that worries me, because it's not his offense, definitely not. It's not his defense. It's his temporary insanity that he can go through. I'm worried because he's a right winger. He's a right winger, and he matches up against Cole Caulfield. They got the last change. He could match up. So facing off, right? That worries me a little bit.
Yeah. He got like 3 feet on Cole Caulfield.
Yeah, exactly. And since they do have the last change, right? So line 4 can easily be matched up against line 2. So Ryan Reeves kind of is, to me, the one thing that really worries me about the Vegas Golden Knights. So we'll start with Matt. What worries you, each of you, like that? That worries me. Something that worries you.
Honestly, besides Ryan Reeves, and I think for me also Mark Stone, his defensive play, I don't think we faced a true two-way player like he is. But T-Mobile Arena, we haven't played in an arena packed yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how kind of we respond to that. I think we'll be okay, but it'll be interesting, and I think the Bell Center might get more capacity or something. I heard something about that. I don't know what it would go.
They're trying.
But yeah, I think
they're trying for here.
But I think playing in a packed house, I think it'll be a little bit of a shock because the guys will be like, "Whoa, this is a little different." But I think they'll settle in.
I actually have an answer for that, in my opinion. And I don't know if it'll work out this way, but I say that yes, it's a big thing for them. But you know what? I think it's a big thing for Montreal too, because they haven't played in front of big crowds in a long time. And I'm sorry, but these guys like to play in front of big crowds. And even though the crowd might be against them a little bit, that could be great for motivation. And they got to be excited about playing in front of a big crowd again.
Right.
So it's got to work a little bit for them too. So it doesn't bother me as much for me, in my opinion. Peter, what do you think? What worries you?
I don't think Reeves is going to be a pain in our ass at all. I think he's going to be on a short leash. And, if he does something dumb, there's how many guys on our team that are going to take him and pummel him into the ground, right? So
yeah.
He's going to be on a short leash. The only person that I'm fearful of is that Marcia show. He scares me because he's just got that knack of he's slick.
Yep, and he's Quebec-born player. That could have some motivation there.
Yeah,
definitely.
And he's so slick, and he finds greasy ways to just snipe that goal.
Yep.
He's how Tyler Toffoli in his little write-up said that thing about Cole Caulfield. He's got it.
Yeah.
Marchessault has got it for me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, let's see what. No, I think I think we probably tend to agree with you all there. What worries you there, Shabir?
I was gonna say the fact that my gut tells me that Patches could end up being a Hab killer in this series, just because he would have a chip on his shoulder. But Matt also brought up Mark Stone, because I still remember from 2015 when we faced the Sens, a bit of his embellishing. Must be taking acting lessons from Sharon. Wonder if they're related.
Okay, hot take on Pacioretty, from my opinion. I understand what you're saying, but I say this, and you said Mark Stone. You got to have the stones to do it. I don't think Patch has it. Honestly, I don't think he has the stones to have that type of a game against Montreal. I don't. He never impressed me that way.
No.
He never did.
Well, but
he never impressed me as that guy with that heart that just will go out. He never impressed me as that. And I don't see it happening here. I don't see it happening here.
No, Pacioretty doesn't have that raw, team leadership type player.
I don't think so.
He's a in the background kind of guy. That's why he wasn't successful in Montreal, I believe.
He's a supporting player. He's not the main guy. That's for sure. Which, Vegas, they're using him that way. So good on them for that. Let's go over the roster. Yeah, let's go over the roster. I'm going to bring in the screen. I'm going to take us all off the screen so we can see it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to get my mouse over there. Okay, so we were talking about the height. Look at the height on the defenseman. Let me get to the top here. We'll go to the regular defenseman, okay? So, no, not yet. So, I think Coughlin might be. He's 6'2". Haig, 6'6". Holden, 6'4". I don't think he's going to play a lot. Martinez, 6'1". McNabb, 6'4". And we know Pietrangelo, 6'3". So you see what I'm saying? Their size is there on the defense. But I don't think they're as good defensively, and I don't think they're as physically dominant as Montreal's defense can be. So on the other side of that is, I think offensively, so that part of the game, they're probably better than Montreal points wise, and you can look at the points that they get. So yeah. So it's a balancing act there. But the size on defense, which I had thought as well, we had a bigger defense. We don't have a bigger defense. That's not a thing. Scoring, you can clearly see They had 8 players at 30 points or more. So regular season scoring, much better than Montreal. I think Montreal, 4 players, 30 points or more. But when you get down to playoff scoring, it evens out a bit. Whereas, yes, they have, say, 8 guys with 7 points or more. Montreal's not that far off in the playoff scoring. It's not as big a difference. And we'll look at that right now. So I can show you what I'm talking about. We know their heights. We know we've got a big defense. I don't have to look at that. So you look at regular season scoring, 4 guys, 30 or plus points. We don't match up. It's a bigger difference than when you go to the playoff scoring, where it's not a huge difference. Yeah, they got more playoff scoring than we did, but not the same ratio as in the regular season. What do you guys think on this? Yeah, I got my mouse back. I'm challenged with getting my mouse back in line. What do you guys think about that? The ratio, the difference in their regular season scoring to Montreal's was quite a bit, actually, right? When you look at the regular season scoring, quite a bit of more scoring on the Knights' part. Yet when it comes down to the playoffs, which is more low-scoring games, it evens out a bit. So Montreal's not as challenged there as you might think off the top of your head. Oh, yeah, Vegas was a huge scoring team. Montreal not as much. It's going to be a big difference. No, but it's playoff scoring that matters.
It does. It does. And for me, what I see happening there is, they were playing a high octane offense down there, right? With Colorado, they were going crazy with one another. It was all about scoring goals. There was no real defense in the game. They're going to play a team that is well rounded, where defensively we're fairly sound.
Yep.
Offensively we're fairly sound. Like we are. Like what did Bergevin say? We're built for the playoffs, and it's starting to really show.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm once again quite comfortable. And then at the end of the day, you got Price. I mean,
yeah. Well, but they had Fleury there. But yeah, you're right. I think you're 100% right there. What do you guys think, Shamir? What do you think?
Well, I pretty much agree with what Peter is saying. I mean, we got Price. He's our ace in the hole here, and considering the playoff matchups here in terms of scoring, I'm not too worried about what the stats were in the regular season. I mean, playoffs, it's a whole different beast, and we seem to be matching up quite nicely against them.
Okay, so we got Matt. Yeah, your opinion. Then I want to point something out. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, playoffs are a different ball game, and we had so many injuries throughout the regular season. I think it could skew the numbers a little bit because you got to think right now, aside from obviously Petrie's injury and Evans, we had way more than that in the regular season. And it sounds like I know Petrie, Evans, and Merrill are traveling with the team, so
yeah,
it sounds like the rest, at least if of any of them, I think maybe Petrie, if he's feeling okay, might get in game 1. Definitely game 2.
Yeah, well, for sure. Okay, this is from Jeff. And then Sean says something similar. Should be worried about the size, speed, and skill the Knights have. Habs can only mix and match them up front. And then Sean says, I was just wondering, Rick, did you watch them play against Colorado? They are a whole team that bangs. That's how they won. Their style was like ours, except they're bigger. Yeah, no, I get that. And they match up well. I get they're a bit of a bigger team. It's not lost on me. I still think Montreal has a chance here.
They may be taller, but I think weight-wise, we're a heavier team. We're more solid.
Yeah. I'm not that worried. I mean, just a little bit, but I'm not. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much that they're that much bigger. I think Montreal, listen, they're big forwards that he's talking about, they have to go up against our big defense. So it's not like when they get to the defense, that's where we match up absolutely perfectly with them. There's no problem there. So it's a little bit up front that we're a little smaller than they are. I don't think it's going to be a problem personally.
I think being a little bit smaller up front is actually going to bode well for us. They're going to be able to get out of the zone with the puck real quick. We're going to have a higher rate of turnovers, I believe, because our defense is, Vegas's forwards are going to come in, and they're going to come in with some steam, and they're going to get knocked off the puck, slight turnover, puck goes in the other way in transition very quickly, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm being overconfident right now. I feel good.
Maybe me too a little bit. What do you guys think there on the two corners?
I just, I don't know if I'm just feeling overconfident myself as well, but it just seems like Montreal really has the momentum going here, and that I think that they can force Vegas into some turnovers and some mistakes, and they can, hopefully capitalize on that and really get them off their game plan.
For sure.
Matt,
I agree with
that.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that, I think we might actually be a little bit quicker than Vegas. And I think, like you were saying, Rick, you're worried about Ryan Reeves. I mean, yeah, obviously he's got the size on Caulfield, but I think Caulfield can pile on him, easy. Like, in other words, basically turn him into a pylon and just blow past him.
Yeah, it's at the face-offs that's why I said they match up. They're right wingers. They're going to match up against each other.
Yeah.
Or is that how it works? Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm just thinking about, it's the opposite. Maybe
it'd be the
left and right matchup, right?
Yep.
Oh, maybe I don't have as much to worry about then. I forgot about that. I wasn't thinking.
I think Ryan Reeves, too, I mean, he's really only on the ice to hit. I mean, he's got stone hands.
Yeah, I know, but Ryan Reeves is the kind of guy that can lose his mind.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what worries me. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm saying. If he just snaps, no matter what they've told him, if he snaps because of whatever's going on in the game, that's where I worry about Ryan Reeves. That's all. But you're right. I mean, he's going to cost his team. He keeps taking stupid penalties or whatever. He's going to cost his team. Yeah, they're not going to want him to be doing that.
I encourage him to do it. Take a stupid penalty. Give us a power play.
Jeff is being negative again. Our big forwards have to go up against their huge D. Vegas is overall a very large team, probably one of the biggest I have ever seen. That's my biggest worry. I know I get it. We just went over their size of their D.
Jeff,
you could. Not sure what's holding you back. Did you not get my email?
Come on, Jeff. You can be the.
What's going on?
I mean, you can be the token Vegas fan in the.
Here you go.
In the panel here.
He doesn't want to go up
that pot, Jeff. Stir that pot.
He doesn't want to go up against the odds of 4-1, and that's what he's shaking in his boots over there. That's got to be what it is. Excuse of I didn't get the email. Here, Born to be a Hab asks this, and then we'll get to some more stuff. But how will Danault play in the series, do you guys think? Who wants to take on that first?
I think he's going to be all over McKinnon.
I don't think he's going to be all over McKinnon at all.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree with you on that, Peter.
You think?
Yeah, I got to think about where McKinnon plays.
True.
He hasn't gotten it yet. Peter. McKinnon plays for the wrong team.
Let me retract that. I'm thinking about something.
You think about Marchessault?
Yeah, just remember McKinnon plays for Colorado.
Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there.
You were thinking about another player.
Who's that player there?
Marchessault must be, you were just saying earlier.
Yeah, it's not Marchessault that I'm worried about. You guys continue on. Let me just go on there.
William Karlsson?
Or Alex Tuck?
Max
Karlsson.
Stone?
No, the Karlsson did it.
Well,
William Karlsson.
Speaking of that, do any of you guys know why this Chandler Stevenson is playing number one center for them? Nobody
No
knows.
idea.
I don't know.
I first of all never heard of him before. He had a career year this past season, but still, I don't. Why are they that injured down the middle, or were they not as deep as I thought down the middle? Did they have an injury? I guess basically, does anybody know? Do they have an injury that's one of their centers is injured?
I don't know.
I have no
Not that I
idea.
know. I haven't followed them much, to be honest with you.
Huh. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
But then again, I mean, we were asking questions, of Ducharme and some of the lines, especially early on in the playoff series versus the Leafs.
Well, I know Hockey
so
Junkie.
it's just-
Hockey Junkie said also same thing. He didn't know who he was, and was like, well, he didn't know why either. So that's why I say that.
Yeah,
it's not. Although he had a good season. I mean, he had. A good season for him. It was like 30 odd points for him. It was a career year for him. I think it was 30 odd points in 50 odd games. So he wasn't a regular center for them.
What was the guy's name again?
Chandler Stevenson. Jacob is saying, I think Stevenson's there because of chemistry. So I don't know what that's about. Like I said, I don't follow the Knights, so I don't know.
No, neither do I.
I was hoping Louis would come on, but Louis didn't want.
No, there's a guy that I was concerned about. W. Carlson.
William Karlsson.
Yeah.
William Carlson. That's
So
the guy that I
who is the Knights? Who is normally the Knights' number one center then? I'm just wondering, what am I missing? There's a player I don't know them well enough to know who it is, but they have to have had a number one center, and he's not there now. Like, I'm wondering what's the injury or who it is and what the reason is. If anybody
I can't
knows.
seem to get onto their injured reserve list here. So
Yeah, you got to go on Cap Friendly. I figure somebody out in the audience must know. Jeff, don't use excuses like that. Matt not lagging is because he changed his location and his place. That's why. It had nothing to do with how many people are on.
No, I'm in the same place. I haven't changed yet.
Jeff,
Oh.
I mean, what's the reason to this question? I mean,
Sorry.
you're our Knights fan here.
He's scared. Jeff is scared. I'm just bugging him, though. Jeff is just bugging you. I'm just bugging you. I'm just trying to get his ire up.
Jeff doesn't want to come on until Delaney comes on. Then he'll come on.
I don't know that Delaney will be here. He should, though. I think I got in touch with him. Anyway, I'm expecting Steven too, but so far.
Well, he's
Sean is saying he is their number one center. I didn't know that. Okay, there you go.
Wow.
That was the answer I wanted to know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never heard of the guy before. That's why I'm asking. I never heard of this guy before. He's the number one center in Vegas. How did I like? Anyway, it is what it is. That's cool. And that's why Cody Glass isn't there. Nolan is saying he's pretty sure he's the only one injured. Why isn't Cody Glass on the roster?
I think, is Nosek still injured? Because he was hurt for a little bit.
I think so. I didn't notice him on there. Let's look at the line combos. Oh, when did
I know Cody Glass had some sort of surgery. He didn't play it all the whole year.
This is going to be an adventure. We'll look at the line combos, but I took my share screen out, and it might not work right away. So just hang on a sec. And is it going to not work? Flash? What is it going to do?
Woohoo! Oh, look at that.
See?
1,800.
Yeah, see what it does? I got to do that a couple times sometimes. No, because I have the line combos. So let's look at the line combos and see what it shows us. First, we got to get this to work. Yay, she worked. Okay, so line combos. Right here. Vegas. All right, so what did I want to see on there? Guys, help me out here. Why did I want to do this? It had to do with Chandler Stevenson, I'm sure.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm at a loss here, guys. All right, never mind. If I could edit, I
You
would
had
edit that
somebody
out.
on the side that had some injured players on there. One of them was the center.
Was it? I don't know. Was it for injury? I don't know.
Cody Glass is the center.
Yeah, Cody Glass. I was surprised that he wasn't in there. He was supposed to replace Stastny, but he got injured. I guess that's maybe why Stevenson got his opportunity.
Could be.
I don't know. He's 56% in the faceoff circle, this Stevenson character. Someone put that up there.
Well, gonna have to do some research on this guy.
Yeah.
Find out what he's all about.
Yeah. All right, so there's that. Okay, let's get to. Okay, well, let's go over this too. Like I forgot to write it down, but was mentioned. Yeah, so people don't know Jeff Petrie, Jake Evans, and John Merrill all made the trip to Vegas with the team. So the speculation is that Petrie should be either in game 1 or in game 2 at the latest, and that even Jake Evans might actually make an appearance. Otherwise, why is he traveling with the team if there was no need? And Merrill too. So they're going to be available to the team if needed, I guess. So that's something I didn't bring up before. Now I wanted to ask you guys who you guys think are your key players for each team in this series. So I'll just show mine we'll start with Montreal. I see these guys. Now, I think for Montreal, literally, I think every player is pretty much a key because Montreal needs everybody firing on all 4 cylinders all the time, literally to, in my opinion, really to have a legitimate chance here. So for me, I got Deneau because I think Deneau is going to be key if he can shut down their big lines. Now, not adding Gallagher and Lehkonen in there because I think the key guy there in the shutting down the lines is Deneau. So I just put Deneau up there. Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield line, we know, for me, causing a lot of excitement. If Caulfield can just get one, I think that line takes off. KK and Anderson, I think Josh Anderson could be one of the biggest keys for Montreal in success in this series because just the style he can play, and then paired up with KK, they can both play really tough physical style. And then you got Byron on there, who I don't list, who can play a physical game and can score some goals, right? So top 4D on Montreal going to be key. Scory Perry, definitely Perry with his timely goals, his calm in front of the net, his net presence. And then Carey Price has to be key there. So you guys, do you have anybody different? Or on those guys, who are your keys to this series here? We'll go reverse around. Matt, who are your keys for Montreal?
I mean, for Montreal, obviously Carey Price is number 1 for me. He's good. If as long as he remains solid, we should be fine. I think Deneau, honestly, is number 2. The way he can just completely shut down lines, is absolutely sensational. We saw it against Toronto. We saw it against Winnipeg. And yeah, that second line, Toffoli, Suzuki, and Caulfield, I think is our best scoring line. And if Caulfield can get the goals coming, because we know we can pass the puck well, and I've loved to see his playmaking ability. If he can get the goals coming, he's dangerous. Yeah, top 4D, especially Sherratt and Weber. Just keep banging bodies in front. Don't let anybody park in front of Price. And I also want to add. Now I'm blanking on his name. Paul Byron, especially on the penalty kill, because he got that short-handed goal against Toronto because of his speed.
Yeah.
He's a guy on the penalty kill. If we can force a turnover, he's got the speed to blow past virtually anybody. So I think that'll be key.
Peter?
My top 4. Lehkonen to continue doing what he's doing. I want to see KK. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Toffoli. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Suzuki. I want to see Caulfield. I want to see Su kind of grow into his role here. So I see some guys breaking out. Anderson and Weber, I think, is going to have a really strong series. I see him having a dominant play here because somebody mentioned something, and he's getting up there in age, right? He wants that cup too. So I want to see him get a cup.
True.
Touch wood. So those are my four guys that I'm kind of looking forward to dominate the game. Just to let you know, we're getting a little bit of wind here. I might lose you guys. It's lights are flickering behind me.
No problem. We'll take if that happens, we'll know why. Shamir, who are your key guys?
Well, definitely playoff Price. Other one would be, definitely our top offensive line. I would also add Stahl in there because we certainly need that playoff experience to continue like what he's, what we've been seeing from him, and as well just for the special teams to keep doing what they're doing.
No, look, he said it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised none of you guys mentioned, and I'm even for myself. Actually, I think he could have been mentioned here. Is Gustafson?
Yeah, quarterback in the power play, absolutely. Yeah. And he looked, obviously he had the big gaff against was it Toronto? I forget which game. That was the Jets.
Yeah.
But especially in that game 4, I mean, he looked real comfortable running the show on the power play.
Yeah.
Zipping the puck around, getting shot. I mean, he had that goal. It was a wicked shot.
Yeah, Gus could be a big. By the way, Peter dropped out, Jeff. We don't have 4 anymore. Now, okay, so then we did that for Habs. So here are my keys for the Vegas Golden Knights. Obviously, Pacioretty. He could be. I'm not saying he will be, but listen, he's played only 7 games in the playoffs. He's got 8 points. So obviously, he's producing. If he continues that and he's motivated against Montreal, big key. Marchessault, without a doubt. I think Marchessault and Carrier's fourth liner, but from what I understand, a big hitter, tough guy, Quebec born. I think Marchessault and Carrier could really have that as motivation for them and can play a role here. Reeves, as we know why I said it. Mark Stone, without a doubt, Mark Stone could be like I don't remember which one of you guys said. We haven't seen a guy like Mark Stone, probably the best two-way player in the league. And maybe the Frank Selke winner. I don't know. Their top 4, obviously, defense, who are going to be big and difficult to play against, without a doubt. And, of course, you can't see his whole name there, but Marc-Andre Fleury. Like playoff Price, Marc-Andre Fleury having just as good a playoff and key for the Knights. So let's go around the other way. Shamir, who are your keys for
definitely Fleury. He'd be top of the list, and along with Patches, Marchessault, and Stone.
That's it? Nobody else?
Yeah.
No explanation of why you're saying no. That's fine. I'm just bugging you. Matt, who do you see as key for Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much nailed all the players. I'd throw William Karlsson in there too because he's so fast and he's got great hands.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He's not a guy you want to give a lot of space to.
No, definitely. I mean, definitely. There's
and Stone, like I said, Stone is by far the best two-way defender we've come up against. So, the matchup between him and Deneau, I mean, 2 outstanding defensive forwards, I think will be interesting.
Yeah, and I've got top 4D for them as well, but I think you can probably particularly say Peter Angelo, right? Got a Stanley Cup winner, a lot of experience, big guy, offensive defenseman. Their big stud, one of their big studs on him and Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's multiple guys you can add for that on both teams. I think it's a good matchup. It's going to be a fun matchup. Let's go over this. Let's take a look at we've taken a look at all these things. Let's try to figure out who has the advantage based on offense, defense, special teams like that, right? So for each of you, I'm going to, I'll say offense, then let me know who you think has the advantage there. So we're going to start with offense. I've got it up here. So I think offense, Golden Knights have the advantage. I think it's pretty clear that the Knights have the advantage offensively, and Montreal's going to have to shut them down.
Mm.
They're not going to outscore them, and if their defense isn't very effective. If Montreal's defense can't shut them down, Deneau can't shut them down that way. Yeah, Montreal's not going to outscore them. All right, Matt, what do you think? Who do you think has the advantage there?
Yeah, Vegas, but I don't think by much. Like if we're just going by playoffs, I think they're pretty even. But I'd stick with Vegas just with experience, and they just score more.
Jameer?
Yeah, slight edge to Vegas here.
All right. Defense. So defense, for me, I'm not giving it a clear-cut advantage to either team, but I think Montreal has an edge on defense. I think their defensemen are better defensively, where the others could be the other way for the Vegas guys. So I'm giving them an edge on defense.
For me, it's dead even. I think we're a little bit more defensively responsible, but I can't really give one team the edge over the other. I think it's dead even.
Jameer?
I would give the Habs just, slight edge on defense, just like I did with Vegas on offense.
Yeah. So for the edge, I give a half a point. That's what so when we add them up after. Special teams. So we'll break it down by power play, PK, then overall. So for power play, I think it's Montreal with an 18.8%, and then you got VGK with a 14.3, I think. I think that's an edge to Montreal. It's 3.5 points difference. You know what? With the way Montreal's power play can go up and down, I'm just going to give them the edge there. We got.
It's Jeffrey.
Oh, we got
Go
Mr.
Vegas.
Positivity here. Mr.
Go
Positive.
Go Vegas.
Go Vegas.
Yes, of course he would.
Okay.
We got our Knights fan in here.
He can wait his turn. For power play, was this me went? We'll go around the horn. So top Shamir, who do you think has the edge on the power play?
Well, I would say based on the stats that the Habs do, but I never know what to think about the power play. It's like which one is going to show up. Each opportunity there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I'd say it's maybe dead even. Just based on that, you just never know what power play you're going to get with the Habs.
Matt, what do you think?
As it sits right now, I think I give a slight edge to Montreal. Only because it's been getting better as we've been playing more games. You know what I mean? It started off, but it's getting better. So as of right now, I think I give the slight edge to Montreal.
Okay, I'm not sure. What's your name over there in the other corner? I don't remember. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. I'm not great with names sometimes. Hang on, let me see. George. No, wait a second. It's
Just do the opposite. I'm George.
Just call him Cole.
Who do you think has an edge in the power play between those two teams? What do you
I'm
think?
just going to say this. I think Vegas has the edge in every part of the game except for at center and maybe possibly at goaltending. I think that could be a wash. Other than that, I think Vegas.
So I don't have to come back to Jeff on this at all. So definitely, so you're giving the edge to power play. Even though with theirs is 14.3, ours is 18.8, you're still giving them the edge on the power play?
I think they get better dynamic players I don't think you can judge it by the playoffs or the regular season because it was a closed season. So
no, I understand that. We're just trying to, obviously. I mean, I think that's without, goes without saying. But, we have opinions.
I mean, like Pietrangelo is a better power play quarterback than anyone we've currently got. Like,
Okay, but
you know what I mean?
But
They got a better net front presence.
definitely over a whole season. Definitely, you're right over a whole season. But you can't argue the fact that any of our guys can, over a series, have as an equal and even a better series than Pietrangelo might have, right?
I think Montreal can play collectively as a team better than Vegas can,
and
I think that's the advantage that Montreal has in this series is just cohesiveness.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I watched quite a few of Vegas's games, well, pretty much every game against. I think I missed one game against Colorado, the second game, and they're pretty devastating. Like they're big, they're fast, they hit a lot.
Okay, but now I know
we haven't faced anything like that.
We didn't play them at all this season, obviously, but 6 games against Vegas in our history, and if you go beyond past, like before this season, not as good a team as we have right now, especially the way they're playing right now, and we've handled Vegas so far. Now I know they have a different team as well, so it's but it has to give you
playoffs
pause to it still has to give you pause to say that they can play. They should be able to, at very least, play with them and even beat them because they've done it 5 times out of 6.
Have they played them with Patrick? Yeah, Pacioretty's been back to the Bell Center, hasn't he?
I think he might have been injured, though. I'm not sure that he played. I know one of the games he was injured for sure.
Yeah, the other one he played.
Okay, so yeah. I know there's different dynamics involved, true, but still, that's a pretty solid record to be 5-1. It's got to leave you pause to say Montreal still has to have a chance here.
I think they have a chance. Obviously, they have a chance.
That's really all I'm saying. But that's really all I'm saying. I'm not saying Montreal will beat for sure. Like, I'm so confident. But I think Montreal really does have a chance against Vegas.
Well, it comes down. It's literally gonna Montreal has to beat them where they're better, which is down the middle, and hopefully on defense as a collective, not individual players, but as a collective group, and in the net. That's where I see Montreal really having to, because I don't think they're going to beat them in the hits department. I shouldn't say that. They may out-hit them here and there, but I think the hits Vegas is going to, the players that are going to incur hits from Vegas, it's going to hurt, right? Like some of our guys are small.
Could be the other way around too.
And it depends on how wore down guys like Josh Anderson get in this series too, because
that's
Corey Perry, right? I think Anderson's going to have a hard time in the series. If he's not going up against Stone, he's going to be going up against Tuck.
Well, I'm just glad that he has had. I'm glad for Anderson he's had this week off to get better because he was definitely injured. There was something wrong with him.
And he's struggling too. Like he's not. Yeah, he hasn't really done
part of the injury, I think, too. So I'm hoping that he comes back 100%, and I think Anderson's going to be a big key for Montreal. I really do.
I wish we were playing the Islanders, to be honest with you.
Well, let's hope we will be. Let's hope we will be. Next one.
Well,
there's a chance. There's
always a chance. It's just my thing is there's only a couple areas where Montreal really, I think, can actually say that they're legit
the next one we're going to talk about is one of them, and that's the PK. Montreal definitely, without a doubt, has the advantage on the PK, and it's just proof by the numbers. You could say Vegas went up against a more difficult team. That's why their numbers are lower, but that's a significant difference. So it's not all because they went up against better teams, right? So maybe Vegas's PK will be better against Montreal's than it has been, but it's not going to be 90% more than likely.
Better in the playoffs or better during the season?
We're talking, those are playoff numbers there. I'll show you them if you want. You saw the numbers when I put them up? So Montreal's at 90.3 and Vegas at 71.4. This is for, all these numbers are for playoffs only.
hopefully there's not a major correction here because that seems pretty low for Vegas.
Doesn't it? I mean,
And it seems pretty high for us.
well, I'll say this. I got those actually. I didn't have to look them up. I got those from the Hockey Guys video. When I was watching it, I wrote those numbers down because they were there.
Wow.
So I didn't have to look them up. So I'm going to assume those are accurate because of that. I don't think he put them in there if he didn't feel they were accurate. So that's a huge difference. I think there's definitely the PK is an advantage for Montreal. And that's a nice advantage because if you think that Vegas is going to have a decent power play, well, I think we can counter a lot of that with that PK of ours.
Well, hopefully they just keep playing the way they've been playing in front of Price, and Price continues to make the saves he's making on the penalty kill. But the other part of it is too, I'd like to know how many penalty kills Montreal had compared to Vegas, because I'm guessing
I don't know Vegas.
Both teams didn't get a lot of power plays, maybe, because those numbers seem very, very erratic.
I don't know Vegas's numbers, but I do know Montreal is somewhere around 33 to 35 penalties that they had, and they gave up 3 power play goals. They gave up 3 power play goals in those chances, and they scored 4 shorthanded goals. So they're +1 there.
That's a fair sample. So they're playing well, on the penalty kill. Like there's no
penalty kill. They're number 1 in the playoffs. They're the number 1 team in the playoffs for the penalty kill. On the faceoffs, as you can see that it's two different teams. Vegas is number 1 on the faceoff wins, and Montreal's number 9. I think it's 9 on the faceoff wins. So there's an advantage, obviously, clearly to Vegas there. Which was the next one? Faceoff win. I don't think we can argue. Montreal, no one's picking Montreal to have the advantage on the faceoffs. I don't think so.
I'm not that confident of Vegas' centers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, look at their numbers. Their numbers are clearly in the playoffs better than Montreal's.
You just need Dano to go beast mode even more now.
I'm not sure if we're keeping Matt awake. No, Matt, you're dozing on us on live television. Millions of people are watching you, Matt.
Dozens, maybe.
Hey, Matt, I did it twice doing a live stream, so don't worry about it. It's happened before.
Get that.
I want to show something. I want to show something that's very interesting to me. I did. By the way, this is a picture just for Jeff, so nobody can. No, this is just for you, Jeff. I know how you felt about the CN Tower. This is what's going on in 15 minutes.
I saw that earlier. That was pretty dope.
At Niagara Falls, just for you. Apparently, they're saying this is for Jeff. When they did this.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
I don't have a problem. That's fine.
That one you're okay with.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, I'm glad you're okay with that one. And what do you think?
I wasn't a fan of I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, you like that one? All right. Here's something that's kind of, if you're into numerology at all, I don't know if this is numerology, but have you seen this one? Nick Suzuki is number 14. So if you take his letters, S-U-Z-U-K-I, and whatever number in the alphabet they are, you add it all up, and it comes to 107. And then if you deduct his number 14, you get to number 93. 93 was the last year we won a Stanley Cup. Numerology. Does that mean anything?
Somebody has to wait too much time on their hands to come up with that.
Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah.
But imagine if we win the cup and look, it's because of Nick Suzuki's number. Yeah, it's not. Said nobody ever.
I think that's a kind of a reach, but it's cool, I guess.
We still have the statistics of the Montreal and Toronto series whenever they play.
What do you mean, the statistics?
Whenever Montreal and Toronto's played, the winner of the series went on to do the thing.
Oh. Yeah, I would. You know what?
I'm not going to say the actual words because I haven't said it at all.
No, I said it. I said it in a playoff because I don't think it has any bearing because it's been so long since Montreal and Toronto played in the playoffs. I don't see how that could have any bearing 30 years
I was hoping
later.
it wouldn't come true if Toronto had won, but I'm certainly hoping it comes true now.
I hope it does now, but I don't think you can look to that and say that. So let's get to. Oh no, we got a couple of things. Actually, I don't know a lot about Vegas's depth? Do you guys know much about it? Because I picked Montreal to have better depth here in the series, from what I could gather looking over their rosters. But I don't really know. What do you guys think, Jeff? You might know. How's their depth compared to ours?
Well, they're a cap strap team.
Yeah.
They had to bring in some young guys this year that they didn't really want to. Well, I mean, they wanted Cody Glass to come in, but obviously they're hurting depth wise. They had to put
that's what I thought.
Nobody knew
I thought that.
But it's the fact that they have talent on all four lines, really.
Oh, I'm not belittling Vegas in any way at all, actually. Believe me, I'm not. I just think Montreal has a shot here. I just think Montreal does have a shot here. That's really my point.
I just don't know if depth's really going to help us, because I don't think Tatar's going to play. So,
oh no, I know that
sitting in the press box isn't really going to affect.
No, I get it. It's one of those, it's one of those categories that you check off there. I didn't put coaches in. Now in net, I think we don't even really have to. I'm going to be shocked if either or any of you guys say that it's not even. I think it's pretty fucking even in net.
It's pretty even.
Yeah. I don't think you can get much more even, especially when you got a guy playing like Price, and then you can say, well, yeah, it's an even. That's amazing to say that there's two goalies having that kind of a year, right?
And Fleury's done it before. That's
in
the playoffs.
Really. Yeah. Well, how did I like him? I like him as the future Hall of Famer against a hopeful Hall of Famer who actually needs this win to get to the Hall of Fame by going on and winning a cup. Where Fleury, I think it's a fait accompli with Fleury.
I think the goaltending, the styles are different, but I think it's a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. You and I talked about this before. Yeah, Fleury, I feel like is a little bit. He has a little bit more flair for maybe a little bit more fancy, whereas Price is just cool, calm, and collected. Like he doesn't really, I guess, show off as much. Is kind of what I want to say. Like I feel like Fleury's a lot more fancy than that. It's
kind of like the typical, like the guy that's always in position against a guy that. I'm not saying he's not always in position, but more of a fancy save kind of a goalie, right? He makes spectacular saves.
It's a blocking goalie versus a reactionary goalie.
Okay, that's there you go. That sums up what I was trying to go for. Yeah. So it's an interesting matchup.
But Fleury is a blocking goalie too, because everybody's basically.
Like I said, he's still.
But it's
It's not to say he's like a Mike Palmateer who's all over the place, but he does make those spectacular saves because he's He does a lot of reactionary stuff, like you said.
Price does too, but it's not very often Price is out of position. So
not very often. No.
And when he is, most of the times he doesn't have to make the dramatic save because he just makes it look easy whenever. Even when he gets beat, you're like, how did he get beat on that? He looked like he should have had that. And it's like, not really.
Okay, now we come down to now we come down to the time. I got Carol Burnett in my head. You guys, Carol Burnett show?
I remember watching some.
The end of the show. Okay, but now we're gonna do
the mop of the broom.
Remember, but she did a song. I'm so glad we had this time together. Whatever that song. All right, so prediction time. So I want two predictions from.
Didn't Mr. Rogers do that too?
No, that's a totally different song. Totally different song. So the two predictions I want from you guys, we'll start with this one first, is, the guess the score contest. So what do you guys think is going to be the score in the game without the goal score? I don't care about that. But what do you think the first game how it's going to come out? Score, we'll do Shamir, Matt, Jeff.
I think that it'll be 2-1 for the Habs.
Matt.
I think 3-2. I think it goes to overtime. And I think the Habs can pull it out, but I think it'll go to OT. I think we'll see a lot of OT this series. I really do.
Yeah, I can see that too. Jeff, what do you think?
I'm just going to go with the odds and say Vegas wins. 3-1. 3-1. Montreal's won. How many? What is it? 7 in a row. Montreal won. They never did that all year. So yeah, I'm just going to go with the odds and say Vegas wins games 1. in
Okay,
Vegas.
I've got an overlay for this, so I'm going to show you mine. Plus, I'm going to give you my series prediction on it, and then you guys will give me yours.
I'm not doing a series prediction. I haven't done one yet this playoffs.
No
not
problem.
doing it.
Like I said earlier, if you guys don't
I'm
want to
very
make a prediction,
superstitious.
no,
You
that's
have a
fine.
fan
I
out
said
there,
it at the
Jeff.
beginning. I said it at the beginning. You don't have to, but I'm giving mine. So I've got for the game, I see it as 3-2. I think Montreal can win. I'm hoping it's more hope, but I think it's going to be a 3-2 score. I think maybe Matt might be right about the overtime. I could see that definitely. To fully get the goal doesn't matter. I think it's going to be Habs in 7. That's my prediction for the series. Habs in 7. And Shamir, you want to make a prediction or?
Sure. Let's make this fun. I'll say Habs in 6.
Awesome. I like that one. Matt's out. Jeff, you want to make a prediction or no?
Nope.
No, not just Vegas wins.
I made one prediction and I was totally wrong, and it's been going pretty good ever since. So I'm not saying a
get it.
word.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Jeff just
No,
said
I
the
haven't
Leafs
made
is
a
going to
series
win.
I think the
and
Leafs
it's gonna
are
go on
five.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That's not
I
a
took the
problem.
Leafs in 5, and I'm not gonna change that. I'm gonna stay out of it now.
You know, that's
Just-
cool.
I mean, just say Vegas in 4, and that means it'll turn out for the best for us.
Well, I did a poll.
I could do that.
I did a poll. The questions there was like, how do you think the series will go? Habs sweep, Vegas sweeps. Habs in 7. Well, Vegas in 7, and then I only had one more option I could put out, so I said either team in 5 or 6 because it's the only option left. And I think it's Habs in 7 was leading. But of course, I'm a Habs channel, so not as right. Okay, so I've got nothing left here. You guys, anything you want to particularly talk about that we haven't gone over yet?
Nope.
Oh,
I can't think of
we
anything.
could talk about the episode of Housewives last week. Do you want to talk about that?
I don't watch that.
All kinds of cool.
I do think it's pretty funny that, I mean, obviously we weren't in the Final Four last year, but the Final Four is literally the same because it's Corey Perry's team,
Yeah, just
Tampa,
Dallas,
Vegas, and the Islanders. Yeah, but it's
just
Corey
Dallas
Perry's
soccer.
team. But it's Corey Perry's team.
there in place
Yeah.
of the Dallas.
That was funny.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. That it worked out like that. I think that's pretty awesome.
Jeez, I got 2 fans.
Who's that?
Are those Rick? You got 2 more OnlyFans for Rick?
Yeah,
You got more OnlyFans for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 people mad at me for picking Vegas to win Game 1. Like,
Oh.
it's just
Well, let's go to the
what's the
people.
fun in all of us picking the same thing?
Yeah,
Let's go
exactly.
to the people. Let's see what the people say. Boo, Jeff. Bad Jeff. Jeff sucks. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's accurate. J-Bats, we will beat Vegas in 7. If we play the Islanders in the final, we have a chance. If we play Tampa, we are screwed. Well, I say this. If they beat Vegas, why can't they beat Tampa?
Listen,
Man,
I
they've
watched the
always played
Tampa game
Tampa tough.
today, and the Islanders dominated. And Vazzy let in a really bad goal. Like he saw the shot the
Right.
whole way, and it still snuck right under here.
So you
It's a slap shot
got
from the point.
you got to agree, right? If they can beat Vegas, why can't they beat Tampa Bay? Jeff, would you agree with that?
Montreal's always played Tampa Bay tough.
Yeah,
Especially in the playoffs.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I'm not
they
that
get
worried.
past Vegas and Tampa gets past the Islanders. It doesn't make me less confident.
like I said, I'm just
yeah.
just from what I saw today in the game. That's kind of where I'm talking from.
They might have a better chance against Tampa than against the Islanders.
I think. We all know I picked the Islanders to win the
Yeah,
cup, but
exactly.
I think the Islanders, because they play such a tight defensive game, they don't give up. They don't give up shots. They don't it's just. That's going to be a rough battle for whoever plays. If it is the Islanders, it's going to be a rough battle. And I think Tampa Bay opens up more and makes a little more mistakes because they're so creative.
They
with
turn the
puck
puck over a
that-
lot.
Yeah,
So it might
and
even be
that's
a-
Yeah, they
Montreal
turned the puck over
thrives
a
on it.
lot.
Yeah, Montreal thrives on that, right? They're a team that scores off the rush, transitions well. They could, yeah. I think maybe if they beat Vegas, they have a better shot maybe against Tampa than they would against Vegas anyway. So for me, I said
And-
this the other day. I think the big hump here right now is getting past Vegas.
And the other part too with the Islanders is I think coaching wise that might be the first time.
Yeah, very
Ducharme-
true. I was
They
thinking
give
about
you
that
that.
watching the game today. Yeah.
Definitely give you that one. Yeah, that's
like
definitely
that's a wily. I mean Ducharme. He beat Paul Maurice, and I didn't think he would go coach Paul Maurice. So
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Trotz is a
okay.
different animal. And he was.
like that's. I'm more worried about the Islanders than I am Tampa Bay, especially where Tampa Bay. How hungry are they? They just won the cup.
right.
Like,
No, exactly. And this is Vegas's third time in 4 years getting this far. They want to win.
And also for the Islanders, I mean, Boudreaux is also a good coach that can,
yeah.
he's
Trying to look for a comment to talk about. So you guys got nothing.
I do think defensive wise though, like team defense, I think we're very similar with the Islanders in terms of keeping shots to the outside, not letting a lot go through. So I think if we get the Islanders, I think it could actually turn into like maybe like a boring series in a way, like maybe not much, maybe a lot of like 1-0 or 2-1 games. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like we
Montreal
play
plays-
I feel like we play very similar styles of team defense. So I think it'd be boring.
If Montreal plays the Islanders in the finals, it'll be like mid '90s New Jersey Devils versus whoever. It'll be boring as hell.
Yeah,
It'll be like a couple.
Meanwhile,
of
if
those
the
games
paint's drying.
it's the series that the NHL does not want and the TV networks don't
Well, I
want.
mean, New York's New York. That's a huge market, so they're not going to be upset with having New York. In the
True.
finals.
It's two big markets. That's one
It's
thing.
the
Well, that
biggest
plus
American
Canada. I
market
mean,
versus the biggest.
Canada would
one of
have
the
a
biggest
team in.
Canadian.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Well, plus it would be
Okay.
it's the first time. It would be the first time a Canadian team would be in the Cup final since we won in '93, right?
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, in
Yeah,
the
so, I
final.
mean,
yeah.
Calgary and Ottawa.
Oh, Calgary. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I thought so. Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you'll have the Canadian audience. So, but yeah, I definitely get what you mean, Jeff. It'll be very boring.
It'll be the farthest Canadian team has gone.
But it'll
in a
be
long
intense.
time.
It'll be boring, but it'll also be intense because the next goal wins. Pretty
win.
much every
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as I was saying, yeah, I
So
mean, you
it'll
can see a
be
lot of like 1-0 or
nerve-wracking.
2-1, like yeah. Basically, whoever scores first is
But then again, it might not be as boring in that two teams playing similar styles might actually be better than one team playing a trap style and one team not, and just being boring how they're shutting them down. But two teams playing a similar style might actually be more exciting than it seems.
yeah. No, it could be.
I don't know. It's the spaghetti. I'm just throwing it out there.
Vancouver. Oh
Uh,
Vancouver.
Oh yeah,
2011.
Vancouver. I'm sorry.
there you
Yeah.
go,
Probably.
Vancouver. Last time that's right.
Brain fart.
2011. Am I right?
June 5th. Yeah,
Yeah.
June 15th. That was the night my daughter was born. Watched it.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the city of Vancouver burnt to the ground.
Now,
for the
see, if
second
Canadian-
time.
Montreal we had a little mini freaking. We won beat the Jets. Beat the Jets. They go out there trying to turn cars over and stuff. Like, what is that? You're
Montreal.
happy. What the hell are you doing that for? I don't get it.
Well, I remember even when we beat the Bruins back in 2008, when we almost blew the series lead against them in the first round. I remember, everybody, celebrating and cheering out on the streets, and Sergei Kostitsyn, he's trying to drive his car along the street, and everybody just crowds his car and starts shaking it and starts yelling his name and everything. And
They were just telling him where the hookers were. That's all.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, he knew where they were.
Yeah, well, they were just reminding him. No, they're over there. Don't you know?
Exactly.
He knows where they were.
Yeah, I know he knew where they were. Don't worry. Alex, you finally might get a chance to see some the hockey, and where you are, you can be able to go. Awesome.
Yeah.
And
So
regular price.
unfortunately, because of the way the series is starting, the only game I'd be able to see is if my flight home from Vegas if I convince my girlfriend to move it a day. Because while we're in Vegas, the series will be in Montreal.
I don't know if you'd be able to afford tickets, man. They're pretty. I imagine they're pretty pricey.
But they've got a full house. Can't be like in Montreal. Montreal, the tickets were insane. You see the price of the tickets? They were charging $4,500. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was.
I can take a look right now.
I mean, you can just bet on Red, whatever, and the prize is a pair of tickets to the game. I mean, it's part
That'd
of the
be
course
kind of funny.
Vegas.
Yeah, walk into one of the casinos. Hey,
Red for tickets.
Yeah.
Black for.
Randy had a question there, and it kind of something I don't know.
We talked about Reeves. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, but no, this might be a little unpopular. With the size and speed of
where's this?
Of the Vegas forwards and the size of their defense, if something does happen with Revis or something, this gets like very heavy hitting series. Do you think Cole Caulfield plays the whole thing?
Well, this is what I said. Okay, so earlier I asked the question of what's your biggest worry against Vegas. Mine was Reeves lining up against Caulfield, which I realized they left lines up against right. But yeah, Reeves loses his head and flips the switch. I don't know. That's my big worry. But I think they'll have him reined in as much as possible.
It might be exactly what they.
Too important.
Might be exactly what they want.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that really, what kind of a look is that? This huge, bulky guy going after.
Who cares?
Someone. Yeah, I don't know about players. Who cares? Seriously, if you see a big guy like that going after a small guy like that on the street, I mean, you want to go after the big guy.
But
not a good look. I know.
I seen someone when we were talking about the Scheifele thing in one of your comment sections. I seen someone, I can't remember who it was, but they were going on about, Scheifele's like this much taller and this much bigger than Evans, and I'm like, so who cares? Like, they're both on the same ice playing the same game. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't.
No,
it's not.
Does. It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Yeah.
So what is Reeves supposed to just step out of the way and let Caulfield go because he's
so
much smaller than him?
Doesn't lose his mind and pick him up and throw him over the glass, which he probably could.
I mean, could that be like a player? I mean, could that be like a player over the glass penalty?
Yeah, it's like delay of game, but with a player.
Contact to the head. Vegas could check Caulfield and get called for contact to the head because Caulfield's head hit them in the hip.
No, that's not a thing. You know it, and you still have to hit the guy.
That does scare me about Ryan Reeves, though, because I mean, his Caulfield literally does come up to his elbows.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we do have to let Jeff get in his Caulfield height, jabs in there.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole reason I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know if this is the thing UConn is saying. He's going to get called for size weight ratio. Isn't there such a thing about that? He can't do it. I don't think he can.
I've never heard of that.
No,
I'm not so sure there isn't something like that.
There's weight classes.
Not that he can't hit him. It's not that he can't hit him, but I don't think he can go up against him in a fight. If that happened, Reeves is going to get the book thrown at him. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Caulfield's not going to fight anybody.
No, but I'm saying if Reeves tries to fight him, tries to go after him that way and take him on, I don't think he's allowed because of the difference in size.
Yeah, I'm not talking about crazy Chara on Pacioretty into the
that's my
turnbuckle type thing. I'm talking about just a regular open ice hit or something against the boards. It's hockey. It's a contact sport.
No, I get it.
But fans are going to go crazy when it happens because...
If it happens.
Oh, it'll happen. Caulfield's going to get hit. He's going to get hit.
Yeah. Of course. I'm not saying you can't hit Caulfield.
Well, that's what some people were suggesting, that
Well,
Mark Scheifele was so much bigger than Jake Evans and he shouldn't have hit him. Like, he shouldn't have hit him. You're right, because he was vulnerable, but
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter.
You're talking
Right. No,
about
I agree.
3 inches. You're talking about 3 inches. I think Reeves has a lot more than 3 inches on Caulfield. No?
How do you, Alex? I'm super pumped to watch this series.
Oh yeah, Alex Fernandez. That's another buddy of mine that I've been sharing the stream with. Yeah, no, we touched on that. It's going to be a pretty even matchup, and it could, like we said, it could come down to that. But yeah, Jeff and I, we had discussed this on a previous live stream, how you and I wanted Vegas for this matchup.
Oh yeah,
because it would be so much fun to watch.
Pierre Luc, I'm starting the fourth line.
You're what?
He's asking which line should start the first game. I'm starting the fourth line.
Oh. They did the last game, I think. Fourth line started first shift. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I'm either starting that line or I'm starting KK's line with Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth line, I know against in game 4 of with the Jets, fourth line, I thought it was funny. I didn't really take it in consideration who they were starting up against, but yeah, fourth line started opening faceoff. KK Anderson and Perry. Now it's going to be in practice and everything. It's the lines haven't changed.
I think though that Ducharme might. I mean, things are going so well, but I think against this team, he may have to mix the lines up to get size on every line.
But so far, this close to game, and they haven't had a different lineup in practice yet.
I know, but I mean,
I think it's good.
Because they kept winning. I don't think they're going to win 4 straight against Vegas. So
no. Okay, I get your point. First game, they'll adjust after first game, which that makes sense, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
But to start the game, I'm starting the fourth line against whatever line Vegas puts out there. I'm putting Perry, I'm putting Stahl, and I'm putting.
We don't have last line change, so we don't have much choice.
Yeah, that's why I would start the
game.
second line, because they'll be like, all right, throw Reeves out there, put him on Caulfield.
Damn it, Peter! It's still fucking light where you are. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, but look, now the wind is gone. Look at those black clouds coming in over there.
Yeah, well, the glare coming off the top of that head is.
Okay, Peter, you and me both. Don't worry about it. Same problem.
You could have had him.
He's just jealous.
Well,
What kind of conditioner do you use to get that kind of a shine, on your hair there?
No, I don't use conditioner. I use auto glue.
Baby oil.
It's hot here. For me, it's just sweat because it's fucking hot here now.
I wish it was hot. It is ugly out there.
It's muggy here. We're supposed to get some rain too. Now the weather.
Yeah, J-Fed, you make a good point.
J-Fed.
Caulfield's family might actually be able to get to Vegas for the game. That'd be fun. Fun for them to watch him play, and give them motivation.
True.
Oh.
Might have a little bit more motivation.
You hear the window?
Yeah.
Tequila.
Troy thinks that the Knights have a backup. They got Judas Priest going to play defense.
Oh, I love Judas Priest.
So do I.
I guess because that's a song of theirs. You got another thing coming?
Yeah.
A Judas Priest song? I get it. I'm not a big Judas Priest guy. No. If it was Judas Rabbi, Judas Rabbi I go for. Judas Priest. Come on.
BC, Rich.
What's that?
You're in Victoria, right, Peter?
Yes, I am.
What if Peter doesn't want anybody to know where he lives?
Oh, he's told us a few times.
What's your address again, Peter? Forgot.
It's 666
By the tree.
666 by the tree. Down the road by the
742
tree.
Evergreen Terrace.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Someone will jump in. What?
Someone asking about my address, are they?
Who's jumping in? J-Fed. Who's jumping in?
I'm not jumping.
I don't know. I'm lost here. I went through everything I got. You guys?
Yeah.
Can't
Input?
think of anything.
It
Why do I-
boils down to in price retrust.
okay, well,
That's all this comes down to.
I was about to mail out the checks. So if you guys got nothing, I'm not mailing out checks.
Actually, yeah, Rick, where's my $2,000 signing bonus? I've been waiting now. It's been about a month.
You didn't read the small print.
2,000.
You didn't read the small print.
He'll still send out the checks, but the moment he mails them out, he'll just call the bank and say, put a stop order, stop payment, or.
No, you didn't read the small print.
Oh, you unlucky bastards. He gave me a $25,000 signing bonus.
If anyone's getting a $25,000 signing bonus.
And is that contract that you signed, Peter, is it front-loaded or back-loaded
Oh,
there?
it's backloaded. I'll
Backloaded.
get it.
You know why it's backloaded, eh?
$1 a year for the next 25,000.
No, it's backloaded because you just got screwed up the ass if you signed that contract.
There you go.
That's why it's backloaded.
No. All you know what? All
And
you
it's not
do is buy me
indexed.
tequila and I'll be a happy camper all day long.
That's it, tequila?
Oh, fuck yeah. Good stuff, though.
Wow.
Good stuff.
You work cheap.
Oh, yeah. I'm a cheap, dirty person.
So I can call your boss and say, hey, did you know this about Peter? He's willing to work for tequila.
Hey, you don't have to pay him money anymore. Just pay him
Anybody that
tequila.
knows me knows that.
Does your wife know that? I don't know if she's going to be too excited about hearing that.
No, actually, she laughed at me when I came in the door with 2 bottles of tequila, 2 bottles of wine, and some seltzer drinks last night. Wine was for her, the tequila's for me.
Oh, there you go. It's
All
a
right,
good,
let's get
it's a
some
good
questions.
trade-off.
Well, I mean, if you pay him
in,
in
they never pay attention to you.
I
if you
had
pay Peter in tequila, you can just take the empty tequila bottles, just fill them with water, and nobody will be otherwiser.
No, because one of them's a Respado. One of them's a Blanco and one's a Respado, so you'll know. Tonight it's Blanco, so.
I know nothing about that stuff. So
Let me
That's
jump
not-
out for a second. I'm gonna go get to a better spot in my house, and I gotta plug in my laptop. I will be right back.
we
I
might
was
still
on
be
my
here.
laptop, but after our little power flicker there, it doesn't want to go back and fire up. Now it wants to reboot and a whole bunch of other shit. So
Computer
Windows
is a
update.
problem.
It's time
Oh,
for
it's going to
Windows
take
update.
forever.
Windows update. Do not
Ooh, I
shut
like
your
that
computer
hat,
off.
Let's do
All
that hat a
non-
little better, Jeff.
Who's got guaranteed contracts?
What?
These guys don't have
I
guaranteed
like that
contracts.
hat.
What's
I
Montreal's
got this.
theme song?
I got this hat outside the Bell Center. $10.
Bastard.
I got mine at the
Little
dollar
shop.
store, $4.
Bastards.
I can
You
get
like
2.5.
Toronto has strong.
Hey?
Toronto. Someone's saying Toronto has strong PP. I don't know.
No, they did
They're
because
strong now.
when the game was over, they really had to go piss. They had a really strong PP right after the game.
Did you guys see the joke? Who was it? Oh, Justin Bieber and Austin Matthews went to the UFC fight on the weekend.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews left after the first round.
And he was buzzed. Did you see him? He looked buzzed. Austin. He was all dressed in baby
Pink?
robin's egg blue.
Yeah, something like that. I was like,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. With Justin Bieber. He hangs out with Justin Bieber. He can have Justin Bieber. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Matt says he's getting guaranteed $5.5 million. Wow.
Hey, Pavlo.
Pablo, how's it going, buddy?
5.5 million.
Just as we were talking about Austin Matthews and the stash, Pavlo, jumps in.
It's true, eh?
Um,
And you've ever noticed you don't see Pablo and Austin Matthews in the same room?
no. Well, and I was going to say to Matt, his 5.5. His 5.5 million. He didn't realize that's in bags of rice.
No, that's pretty expensive. Also, no.
That's expensive rice.
No, but it's actually
No,
whatever the
5.5
cheapest
grains of rice.
whatever the cheapest currency is, that's what it is. Because if you go, what's his name?
Doji.
Dale Weiss just signed in some country, and he's getting like 2 or 3 million or whatever, blah blah blah, and it comes out to under $1 million. So whatever that country is, something like that, that's what you get in the millions of.
Zimbabwe.
It's going to add up to $20 US.
5.5 million grains of rice.
I mean, that's Harry's
Or
contract
grains of
there.
salt.
We actually pay Harry
Grains of
rice
salt.
in rice.
That's how he got his name.
Mhm.
Who do you think Perry's gonna get under the skin of in the next round?
Get under the what?
Pacioretty.
Whose skin do you think Perry's gonna get under?
Flurry.
Pacioretty or
Pacioretty.
Stone.
Flurry.
Stone.
Gonna go after Stone.
Flurry.
Got to. It's hard to pick on Marc-Andre Fleury. He's such a nice guy.
He is a really
But he's going to hopefully make him upset about his presence in front of him.
Yeah.
Get him off his game.
I don't think it'll take much to get him off his game.
Oh, I think you underestimate Marc-Andre Fleury.
Well,
We'll see at the end of the series.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm being cocky. I need to stop.
Yeah, just a little. Just not too much, just a little.
I need to stop.
Stop what? Coffee?
You don't need to stop. It's just
No, because
from
you know what's going
here
to
to
happen.
here.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be all crying in my butt. Oh yeah, no, that's it. Montreal's going to go down in 4. That's it. I'm done.
now you sound like me.
Fire the GM. They haven't won the 3rd round yet. Fire the GM. How come they haven't won the first?
What-
The
Fire
third
the-
round?
Oh,
They're thinking
speaking
about
of-
trying to sign
speaking
him
of
for
that.
3 more?
yes. There's a very lucrative deal on the table from
That's what I
the rumors
just heard.
out of Montreal.
For who?
For Bergevin, very lucrative
Oh, yeah,
3-year
three-year.
deal.
3-year deal.
How lucrative is
Sam-
lucrative?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Highest paid GM in hockey.
Much better.
I've said that you can expect him to sign a 3-year extension. Looks like he's going to sign a 3-year extension.
I heard he wants more money and more length added to the contract.
I say move him up to team president and bring in another GM.
Who, Bergevin?
Oh,
Make him hockey ops. Make him run the franchise. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
you know, I kind of like
maybe.
wrong with that. But then who do you bring in as a GM?
I don't know who you bring in, but
Where's Steven when we need him with the Crickets?
Although if you bring in or let's say you promote Bergevin up to like president or like whatever position we call this, weren't there also questions about whether or not he has the hands on the scales
Hey,
when it
buddy.
comes to Ducharme? Isn't he just going to end up doing the same thing with the GM? Is he actually going to let the GM actually do his thing and the coach as well, or is he still going to?
here's my rationale for it, Shamir, is I think if you move him up to team president or
Director of Hockey Operations.
hockey operations, like basically second to only God, then I think you can bring in English speaking either coach or GM, because they can still use Bergevin as the focus for the media and everything like that. Like he can take that burden.
Yeah.
And that way you might be able to get away with opening it up to bringing in English in either, not both, but one of an English coach or an English GM. I think that's the only way around that, because I think that's always going to be an issue. But I think if Bergevin's there running everything, and he's the one on camera.
Then that way they can bring in Peter Chiarelli. I think that would be great.
No.
Torts.
I wouldn't mind Torts. If we're gonna fuck things up, let's fuck them up real good.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Jeff is
let's
also
go for
hoping
a
if
full
Torts comes
rebuild.
in, he can just run Caulfield out of town, right? He can just hurt his feelings and make him cry. Mull.
Run everybody else out of town as
Habs
well.
guru Patrick Waugh.
I want Paul Law as head coach.
GM. He's saying GM.
I know, but I
want
prefer
Law
Law
as head coach?
as coach.
I would.
That could be interesting.
I think players are.
Ooh, don't knock my friggin' laptop off the desk.
I think
Jesus
players
Christ.
need a kick in the ass sometimes, and Law is definitely the type of guy that does that.
Troy, we're not. I'm not taking guess the score guesses in this video. So yeah, there's a pregame show tomorrow. So
How would that work though, Jeff? If you've got Waugh as your coach and Bergevin as your director of hockey operations?
There's a buffer between them, the GM.
Yeah, but who are you gonna? Oh, you got my mind.
That's why I think Waugh is coach.
Who would
If
be
Ducharme doesn't work out, then you can put Bergevin at the top, as long as there's somebody in between, and then Waugh is coach. And Waugh will only be here maybe 3 years max. But that's only if Ducharme doesn't work out.
What do you think of Ducharme? Have you guys talked about that?
No, but Ducharme's going to be back next year.
I think Ducharme's back next year. Like if
Yeah.
What do you give him though?
think
2 years?
he's
1 year?
his level of his past?
Oh, this playoff run is exactly what he did in Halifax.
Right? So where was this during the regular season? Like, was he just vanilla, putting a vanilla offense out there?
I have no idea. I have no explanation. I have no idea what was going on. Was it injuries that were causing the problem? Was it
I mean, there were a lot of
players not buying in? But was it players not buying in? I just find it odd that players wouldn't buy in the regular season and all of a sudden the playoffs start. And when they're down 3-1, then they decide, oh, we'll buy into a system now. Like that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think if this is the way he's coaching now, I don't think Bergevin has got his hand on his head anymore. I think Bergevin is probably letting him just run with it. And like everybody has said, it's his job to lose. So
I think he won his
had to
job
sit
for
down
next
with
year for sure.
Bergevin and said, look, let me do things my way, leave me alone. If I don't work out and get you to the finals, I'm gone.
Shamir, what do you think? Ducharme, do you give him a 2-year contract, 3-year contract, or a 1-year contract next year? Or do you try and extend him, sign like 5 years?
I don't. No, I don't believe in locking up coaches like that long term.
You get him pretty cheap right now.
Well, I just in terms of the term of the contract, I just no, because you still want to give yourself some flexibility here. So I'd say maybe just maybe 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, I think
2 years?
I'd probably go 2 years.
That's what I would do, 2 years.
I think you go 2 years
But I'm-
and give him a 3rd-year option or something, maybe.
Team option.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
sign him for 3 years with the 3rd year being a cheap option, where you buy him out for $1 million or something.
Do they buy out?
Right now,
They don't buy out coaches.
Can you not buy out contracts in the NHL?
I don't think they do though. You pay them because it's not part of the cap.
Yeah,
It doesn't
they pay
really
them.
have the cap.
Okay.
So I don't think they buy them out.
like Claude Julien's getting paid $5 million next year.
Fucking up to go Tess.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, that's okay. It's
Montreal can afford it. I'm not worried.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
worried about Montreal paying some
That's
Claude
fine.
Julien $5 million.
No,
not
we do
giving-
have deep pockets. We do have.
They're not giving Ducharme 5.
As long as the beer money still keeps coming in for Mr. Molson, I mean, I
What-
think he can pay that pretty easily.
Oh yeah. What do you think What do you think he makes though, Ducharme, in his first contract?
All depends on where he takes this team this year.
Yeah, true.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
My
like,
max
if
would
he
be
takes them to the
2.5.
finals,
Yeah, if Julian was making 5, 2.5 at the most.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay. I was thinking if he takes them to the finals, then maybe you sign him for like a $3.5 million a year contract for 2 years with an option.
Izzy's comment there. It's not the coach that has to find the chemistry with the lines. It's the players. And that's the part that drives me nuts, is because it's not like he really made big changes to the lines from what Julian was doing, because he just constantly changed them over and over and over again when it wasn't working, which in a way it kind of helped by the playoffs came along, because everybody was used to playing with each other. But at the same time, it's the players that need to.
Maybe that was his goal, getting everybody used to playing.
And that was suggested months
maybe
ago.
Maybe that was his agenda. Feel it out.
But it's funny now. Now he's not changing the lines. That's the funny part. Is now the lines he's not changing them.
But
no, he's going
with
with
what you hinted on. He played everybody together, saw what worked, what didn't work, and now that the playoffs are here, he's like, okay, so and so works with this guy and this guy. That's line 1, line 2, line 3, and so on. And now he's not busting up anything, and it's so successful.
But
we got 4 lines.
But the thing that we all were told was going to happen was that he coaches to a 2-on-1 style. He wants 2-on-1 battles all over the ice. We're still not really seeing that.
No.
The support, you mean? He wants everybody supporting the puck carrier. Someone supporting the puck carrier at all times.
No, it looks like he's kind of evolved in that aspect a little bit. He's still got guys close by, but yeah, he's kind of evolved his coaching style in a different way. That's why I'm having such a hard time putting it all together.
The thing,
okay, are you the Dominic Ducharme that I watched in the juniors, or
no? He's not the same system he had in junior hockey.
It's strangely.
It's more like a hybrid of what Julian, because really it's a defense first. Like, he's still doing the Claude Julien kind of way of defense first and collapse in front of Carey Price and defend, right? Like, that's what's working in this playoffs.
Yeah. But the collapse in front of Carey Price it's rather than one guy in front of Carey Price, it's 2 guys off to the side to Carey Price. And they kind of float with Carey and kind of go off to the sides.
But that's really kind of been the system here for quite a few years, really. Like, it's not. I think what it is I don't think you really change a whole lot in the NHL. Like, these guys, their systems that works. It's minor little tweaks. It might be you move the guy 2 feet rather than change the position altogether, right? Like, I don't know. Like, their box out in front of the net doesn't look totally different to me than it did last year.
I find them to be a little bit more aggressive, though, in front of the net.
Well, they're getting away with it in the playoffs. Like, they weren't getting away with that stuff during the regular season.
Well,
like the hacking and pushing and the cross checks and.
Yes and no. I mean, I remember reading something about Matthews whining and complaining that my backers from Weber cross-checking me in my back. Well, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
And then when he's cross-checking me in the chest, I don't know.
J-Fed there doesn't think he signs for any less than 3 or 4 years. I have a hard time giving him.
No.
3 would be the absolute max, because he's still kind of an unproven commodity.
Yeah,
I mean, it's. I would go 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
I think
if he has a good year next year, you extend him beyond that.
I could see maybe they'll go in the 3rd year, because you don't want to have a lame duck coach in the 2nd year of it.
So you extend him again next year.
But can't they have a contract where he has a 3rd-year option where they can both say after 2 years?
I don't know if they do that in the NHL.
Not for coaches. I don't know about for coaches.
No.
Players,
I don't think
they don't do that.
I don't think they have.
Anymore.
I don't think you can do that in the NHL. Okay. I don't know about coaching staff and management, but
you used to be able to do that, but you don't hear that anymore with the options for
Like that's more of a football,
Yeah,
baseball.
but you used to hear about it in the NHL, but I guess when they did the
Thought
first
so.
collective bargaining, I think they took that out.
Oh, did they?
I think so, because you don't hear about it anymore at all in hockey.
Okay, my bad.
Having an option.
My bad. I'm not.
I can't remember the last time. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I can't remember the last time I've heard of a team option or a player option in hockey.
In hockey, no.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time in baseball.
No, but it's been since the first
Basketball too.
the first collective
Yeah.
bargaining.
Yeah,
agreement.
basketball.
I'm sure they took it out then in the first collective.
I mean, they really should bring it back because I'd rather that than these no trade clauses and stuff like that, which is basically why I think they adopted that, where guys have modified no trades and no trade. Like, just give the guy an opt out, if the team wants to opt out of a player after, just do that. I'd rather that than this.
Yeah.
Because to me, it feels like, especially say we like Montreal a couple of years ago when they totally tanked. If they had a bunch of guys that had no trade clauses and they couldn't trade them at the trade deadline without their permission, and then there's compensation for that, and it's
Alzner.
just
Imagine they had an opt out on Alzner after 2 years.
Oh God,
Yeah.
what was that all about? Picking up Alzner.
That goes back to actually Vegas. Is it Vegas? Picked up they drafted Emlyn, which
Yeah.
meant that we had to go pick, and he went out and got Alzner to replace Emlyn. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
and it's not like Alzner was a horrible player in Washington either, right? Like,
Yeah, but the game was
he wasn't
speeding up.
terrible.
The game was speeding up, and he didn't have the speed to go with it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like Shea Weber is burning it up out there.
Yeah, but Shea Weber manages. Alzner didn't.
Shea Weber has this unique ability to be in the right place sometimes. Not all the
Oh,
time.
it's hockey IQ. It's IQ. It's hockey IQ.
He's a smart player. Like, he knows where to be. And
I can still hear you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. But we're gonna.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, I'm gonna about call because we're 2 hours in. I don't think we want to go much further as people are dropping off anyway. So and I'm hot here. I want a reason to get out of this Beatles shirt.
You shouldn't need a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to scare anybody, so I don't want to break
Take the
anybody's
Beatles
heart.
shirt off and put on a Nickelback shirt.
Shouldn't have
There
put
you
it
go.
on the first. Oh, nickel. Oh.
What? I like Nickelback.
I find nothing wrong with them. I don't know.
I like
Why they
Nickelback.
get all this hate.
Yeah. Why do they get all this hate?
Because they're terrible.
Not terrible.
I don't mind.
Oh,
them.
all that stuff from the early 2000s, mid 2000s was brutal.
Not all of it. Not saying I like every song, but I like some of their songs.
You
All
just
right,
like
so,
this photograph.
On that note, yeah, I'm going to call it a night here because I'm also a bit tired, and we've been on for 2 hours. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody on the panel who was here tonight. Thank you so much. And who was it that we lost? Was just you, or we lost somebody else?
I popped out to
Oh, so it wasn't somebody else that was okay. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that. Thank everybody that was in the chat tonight. Thanks for taking part. Yeah, so the games start tomorrow for Montreal. I will have a pregame show for y'all and have a live cast for the game as always. So hopefully you guys will be there. They're already out there if you want to put a reminder on. They've been out there since this morning. And
Be there, be square.
Be there, be square.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
So yeah, so thanks to the mod squad. Some of the mods weren't here tonight, and
I wasn't going to be.
Yeah, I forced your hand.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I didn't want to
No,
leave.
that we're fine. No, that's right.
We needed some
Um,
Vegas
yeah,
representation here.
I'm doing a bad job.
Well, that's where my A's are going. So
Yeah, there you go. So thanks
A's are going to
everybody.
Vegas.
Hopefully we'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow for the pregame and the regular game. I think is what I'm trying to get at.
Bye,
And
everybody.
yeah, check that out. And we'll see you then. thanks for being here, and give a thumbs up on your way out. Appreciate that. And what else do I always say? Subscribe, ring that notifications bell for your daily fix of Bleu, Blanc, Rouge at Talking Habs. And I don't know, what else do I say? That's it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Peace
Stay
out.
safe out there.
Go ahead, go.
Bye, everybody. And I'm the least religious person you know. Bye, everybody.
You hate